Ireland's most haunted hotels. Ireland's hotels are known for their luxurious comfort and rich history, but some offer more than just a cozy night's sleep. These hotels are also home to spirits of the past, ghosts, apparitions, and mysterious phenomena that have haunted their halls for centuries. In this video, we'll take you through 10 of the most haunted hotels in Ireland, where ghostly sightings and eerie encounters are all part of the experience. From tragic love stories to guests who never checked out, these haunted hotels offer an unforgettable stay for those brave enough to visit. The Balad Castle Hotel, Tralee, County Kerry. Balad Castle Hotel, nestled just outside the town of Tralee in County Kerry, is a beautiful and historic hotel with a dark and haunted past. The castle itself dates back to the 16th century, originally serving as the ancestral home of the Blennerhassett family, who played a significant role in Irish history. Over the centuries, the castle has seen its share of tragedy, loss, and even violence, leading to the numerous ghostly encounters that have become part of its lore. One of the most famous spirits said to haunt Balad Castle is that of Hilda Blennerhassett, the last of the Blennerhassett family to reside there. Hilda lived in the castle until her death in 1965, and though she is long gone, her presence is still felt by both staff and guests. Described as a caring and strong-willed woman, Hilda is believed to keep watch over the castle, making her presence known in subtle yet unmistakable ways. Guests who have stayed in the room that once belonged to Hilda have reported strange occurrences, including the feeling of being watched or hearing soft footsteps when no one else is around. Some have even claimed to see the ghostly figure of a woman dressed in white, walking the corridors late at night. The castle's staff have long accepted Hilda's presence, and while her spirit is said to be friendly, there's no denying that her lingering presence gives the hotel an eerie edge. One of the most chilling stories involves the Grand Staircase, which is rumored to be a hotspot for paranormal activity. On more than one occasion, guests have reported seeing a shadowy figure descending the stairs, only to disappear before reaching the bottom. Some speculate that this figure could be a former servant of the Blennerhassett family, bound to the castle by a tragic death or unfinished business. The staircase itself has become a focal point for ghost hunters who visit the castle, hoping to capture evidence of the paranormal. Balad Castle is also home to more playful spirits, such as a mischievous ghost dog that has been seen and heard throughout the hotel. Guests have reported hearing the sound of a dog running through the halls, despite no pets being present in the building. Some have even felt a cold, wet nose nudge their hand as if an invisible dog was greeting them. The ghost dog is thought to be connected to the Blennerhassett family, who kept several beloved pets during their time at the castle. Despite its haunted reputation, Balad Castle Hotel is a popular destination for those seeking both luxury and a brush with the supernatural. The hotel staff take pride in its ghostly history, often sharing stories of paranormal encounters with curious guests. Whether it's Hilda's watchful spirit or the playful ghost dog, visitors to Balad Castle never leave without a story to tell. For those with an interest in the paranormal, staying at Balad Castle offers a unique and unforgettable experience. The combination of historical charm, beautiful surroundings, and the lingering presence of spirits from the past make it one of Ireland's most haunted hotels. The Europa Hotel, Belfast. The Europa Hotel in Belfast is renowned for its luxury, central location, and role in Northern Ireland's history. Dubbed the most bombed hotel in Europe during the Troubles due to its frequent targeting, the Europa has become a symbol of resilience in the city. But beyond its political and social history, the Europa Hotel is also famous for something far more eerie, its reputation as one of Belfast's most haunted hotels. The hotel, which opened in 1971, has long been a hotspot for visitors from around the world. It has hosted politicians, celebrities, and tourists alike, but some of its guests never checked out. Stories of ghostly encounters and unexplained occurrences have circulated among staff and guests for decades, with the activity centered around the upper floors, especially near room 508. One of the most well-known apparitions is that of a middle-aged man dressed in a dark suit. He is believed to be a former guest who died under mysterious circumstances many years ago. The man is often seen pacing in the hallways near room 508, and guests staying in that area have frequently reported strange disturbances. Loud knocks on the walls in the middle of the night, even when no one is nearby, are common complaints. Guests have also reported feeling cold drafts in their rooms, even though the windows are sealed and there's no reason for the sudden chill. In one chilling incident in the 1990s, a guest staying in room 508 was awoken in the middle of the night by the unmistakable sound of footsteps pacing back and forth in the hallway outside the door. Assuming it was another guest, the person opened the door, expecting to see someone. But the hallway was empty, and the footsteps continued, growing louder and more insistent. Shaken, the guest later spoke with hotel staff, who revealed that room 508 has a long history of paranormal complaints and is often left vacant due to the frequent disturbances. Guests who have experienced the footsteps often describe the feeling of being watched, with some even sensing an unseen presence standing right behind them. The man in the suit is not the only spirit said to haunt the Europa Hotel. There is also the mysterious figure of a woman, often seen in the hotel's lobby or bar area. Dressed in 1940s-style clothing, the woman is thought to be a guest from the hotel's early years, possibly during World War II. She is frequently seen sitting at one of the tables near the windows, her face turned as if she's waiting for someone. Multiple guests and staff members have reported seeing her, but when approached, she always disappears without a trace, leaving nothing behind but a cold, empty space where she once Saturday. The hotel staff have their own tales of ghostly encounters. Night porters often report hearing disembodied voices and seeing shadowy figures in the hotel's corridors. One porter described an experience with the hotel's elevator, which seemed to move between floors on its own late one night. When the porter went to check, the elevator doors opened, but no one was inside. The sensation of being watched was overwhelming, and the porter left the area, too unnerved to continue his rounds. Despite its reputation for ghostly activity, the Europa Hotel remains one of Belfast's most popular destinations, welcoming guests from all over the world. For some, the haunted history only adds to the allure, providing an extra layer of intrigue to an already iconic hotel. Whether you're staying in room 508 or passing through the lobby, you may just have a brush with one of the hotel's resident spirits, if you're brave enough to look. The Moulton Hotel, now the Great Southern, Killarney, County Kerry. The Great Southern Hotel in Killarney, formerly known as the Moulton, is one of Ireland's most prestigious hotels, offering world-class service and stunning views of the surrounding countryside. But alongside its reputation for luxury, the hotel is also known for its haunted past, with stories of ghostly encounters dating back to the 19th century. One of the most frequently reported spirits at the Great Southern is that of a young boy who is often seen playing in the hotel's hallways and gardens. Guests and staff alike have encountered the boy, who is described as wearing old-fashioned clothing and appearing somewhat lost or confused. Some believe that the boy may have been a former guest or the child of a staff member who passed away at the hotel many years ago. His playful spirit seems to be harmless, though his sudden appearances have startled more than a few visitors. Another ghost said to haunt the hotel is that of a former maid who worked at the Great Southern during its early years. According to legend, the maid fell in love with a guest staying at the hotel, but their relationship ended in tragedy. Heartbroken, the maid is said to have taken her own life in one of the hotel's guest rooms. Since then, her spirit has been seen by multiple guests, often standing at the window of the room where she died, gazing out over the gardens. Some visitors have reported hearing soft sobbing late at night, as though the maid's spirit is still mourning her lost love. In addition to these spirits, other paranormal activity has been reported throughout the hotel, including objects moving on their own, lights flickering without cause, and the sensation of cold hands touching guests when no one else is around. For those who enjoy a touch of the supernatural with their luxury stay, the Great Southern in Killarney offers both comfort and ghostly intrigue. The Kinsale Hotel, County Offaly. Kinsale Hotel, located in the picturesque village of Kinsale in County Offaly, is a breathtakingly beautiful Gothic revival castle with a reputation for being one of Ireland's most haunted hotels. Dating back to the 13th century, the castle has a long and turbulent history, having been destroyed and rebuilt multiple times. Today, the castle operates as a luxury hotel, but many believe that some of its former residents and guests never truly left. One of the most well-known spirits said to haunt Kinsale Castle is that of a monk known as Hugh. Hugh is believed to have lived at the castle during the time when it was part of the original abbey built on the site in the 1200s. The monk is often seen in the area known as the Great Hall of the castle. Described as a tall figure dressed in traditional monk's robes, Hugh's ghost is said to walk slowly through the hall, vanishing into the walls. His presence is not believed to be malevolent, but those who have encountered him describe a chilling feeling when he passes by. Guests and staff have reported hearing faint chanting and prayers coming from empty rooms in the older parts of the castle, leading many to believe that Hugh is still carrying out his monastic duties. In one particularly eerie account, a guest staying in one of the castle's older rooms claimed to hear a low, murmuring voice near his bedside in the middle of the night. When he opened his eyes, he saw the faint outline of a monk standing at the foot of his bed, watching him. The figure disappeared moments later, leaving the guest shaken. Another famous haunting at Kinsale Castle involves their phantom bride, a woman in a flowing white dress who is often seen wandering the castle's halls and grounds. The legend behind the bride is that she was a young woman set to marry a man she loved deeply, but tragedy struck when her groom died unexpectedly just days before their wedding. Heartbroken, she is said to have taken her own life within the castle walls. Her ghost has been spotted by multiple guests, usually walking near the castle's grand staircase or along the corridors late at night. In addition to Hugh the monk and the phantom bride, other spirits have been encountered at Kinsale Castle. Guests staying in the castle's most haunted room, known as the baronial room, have reported objects moving on their own, doors slamming shut without explanation, and the feeling of being watched. Some guests have even claimed to wake up to the sensation of someone sitting on the edge of their bed, only to find no one there. Despite these hauntings, Kinsale Castle remains a popular destination for weddings, events, and travelers looking to experience both luxury and the supernatural. The hotel embraces its haunted reputation, and many visitors come specifically in hopes of encountering one of the castle's famous ghosts. The combination of historical beauty, stunning grounds, and ghostly apparitions makes Kinsale Castle a must-visit for those seeking an otherworldly experience in Ireland. Whether it's the monk's quiet prayers, the phantom bride's tragic presence, or the strange occurrences in the baronial room, Kinsale Castle Hotel offers more than just a luxurious stay. It offers a glimpse into the past and the spirits that continue to haunt its halls. The Carlile Estate, Glasler, County Monaghan. The Carlile Estate in County Monaghan is one of Ireland's most luxurious and beautiful hotels, known for its stunning grounds, elegant interiors, and rich history. However, for all its grandeur, Carlile is also known for its ghostly inhabitants, who are said to roam the estate, making their presence known to guests and staff alike. The most famous ghost associated with Carlile is that of Norman Leslie, a former owner of the estate who was killed in action during World War I. Norman's spirit is said to return to the family home, with several sightings reported over the years. He is often seen in the library, one of his favorite rooms, where he is described as a tall, solemn figure dressed in military attire. Guests have reported feeling an overwhelming sense of calm when they encounter Norman's ghost, as though he is at peace in the surroundings of his beloved home. In one famous account, Lady Marjorie Leslie, Norman's mother, claimed to have seen her son's ghost shortly after his death. She described him standing in the library, looking out over the estate as though surveying the grounds. When she called out to him, he smiled but disappeared before she could reach him. This story has been passed down through the family and is one of the many ghostly legends that surround the castle. Another ghost said to haunt Castle Leslie is that of a monk who is often seen walking the grounds near the estate's lake. The monk's spirit is believed to be connected to the castle's religious history, and guests have reported seeing his hooded figure silently gliding along the water's edge, particularly on misty mornings. Castle Leslie's paranormal activity extends to its guest rooms, where visitors have experienced unexplained cold spots, doors opening and closing on their own, and the feeling of being watched. Despite the eerie encounters, Castle Leslie remains a favorite destination for those seeking both luxury and a brush with the supernatural. The Imperial Hotel, Cork City. The Imperial Hotel in Cork City is a grand and historic building, known for its elegance, prime location, and celebrity guests. However, beneath the luxury and charm of this iconic hotel lies a much darker history. With roots going back to 1813, the Imperial Hotel has witnessed its share of tragedy, and it's no surprise that the spirits of those long gone are said to still roam its halls. One of the most famous hauntings at the Imperial Hotel is linked to the tragic death of a former guest, Richard Mayne, a naval officer who stayed at the hotel in the early 19th century. Mayne, according to local lore, died under mysterious circumstances in his room, and since then, his ghost has been seen wandering the corridors. He is often described as a tall, distinguished man in a naval uniform, silently moving through the hotel as if searching for something he lost. Guests and staff have reported feeling an eerie chill when walking through certain hallways, followed by the unmistakable sound of heavy footsteps behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. One of the eeriest stories connected to Mayne's spirit occurred in the 1970s when a couple staying at the hotel was woken in the middle of the night by the sound of knocking on their door. When they opened it, they saw a man dressed in old-fashioned naval attire standing in the hallway. He simply stared at them, his eyes filled with sorrow, before disappearing into thin air. Shaken, the couple reported the incident to the hotel staff, who, to their surprise, were familiar with the ghostly figure. Mayne's ghost isn't the only spirit said to haunt the Imperial Hotel. Their hotel is also home to the ghost of a young woman who, according to legend, took her own life after being jilted by her lover. Her presence is most commonly felt in the upper floors of the hotel, where guests have reported hearing the soft sound of a woman weeping late at night. Some have even claimed to see the ghostly figure of a woman in a pale gown, sitting by the window in one of the suites, gazing out over the city as though waiting for someone who will never come. One of the hotel's staff members shared a chilling experience from the early 2000s. While cleaning a room on one of the upper floors, the housekeeper noticed a woman sitting in a chair by the window. She apologized for interrupting, but when she looked again, the woman was gone, and the chair was empty. No guest had been staying in that room at the time. The housekeeper later learned that the room was rumored to be the site where the heartbroken woman had spent her final days. The Imperial Hotel's paranormal activity doesn't end with these apparitions. Objects have been known to move on their own, doors slammed shut without warning, and electrical devices malfunction inexplicably. Some guests have even reported hearing whispers in the empty corridors, as if voices from the past are still trying to be heard. Despite its haunted reputation, the Imperial Hotel remains a popular destination for visitors to Cork City, offering luxurious accommodations and an unforgettable experience. For those with a fascination for the paranormal, staying at the Imperial Hotel might just come with a chance to encounter one of its lingering spirits. The Bishopsgate Hotel, Derry City. The Bishopsgate Hotel in Derry City is a stunning example of Edwardian architecture, combining modern luxury with historical charm. Situated in the heart of Derry's walled city, The hotel has played host to many important figures over the years, but it is the lingering presence of a few former residents that has earned the hotel its haunted reputation. One of the most famous ghosts said to haunt Bishopsgate Hotel is that of a former bishop who lived in the building when it served as a private residence. The bishop, known for his strict and serious demeanor, is often seen walking the halls of the hotel, particularly near the library. Described as a tall figure dressed in traditional clerical robes, the bishop's spirit seems to be tied to the hotel, with many guests reporting feelings of unease when walking through the older parts of the building. In addition to the bishop's ghost, there are stories of a young woman who is often seen in the hotel's ballroom. According to legend, the woman was a guest at a grand ball held at the hotel in the early 20th century. She tragically died shortly after the event, and her spirit is said to return to the ballroom, reliving the night of the ball. Guests have reported hearing the sound of soft music and footsteps in the ballroom late at night, even when the room is empty. The Bishopsgate Hotel has embraced its haunted history, with staff often sharing ghost stories with curious guests. For those who appreciate both luxury and a brush with the supernatural, a stay at the Bishopsgate Hotel offers an experience that is as enchanting as it is eerie. The Step House Hotel, Borris, County Carlow. Nestled in the charming village of Borris, County Carlow, the Step House Hotel is a beautiful and elegant Georgian-style building that has been carefully restored to offer guests a luxurious experience. However, this serene country house hotel has a darker side, as it is said to be haunted by several spirits, each with their own story to tell. The Step House Hotel's haunted reputation can be traced back to its long history. Originally a family home in the 18th century, the property has seen its fair share of joy and tragedy, with some of those tragic figures seemingly lingering in the building long after their deaths. One of the most frequently reported apparitions at the Step House is that of a woman dressed in a flowing white gown, often seen wandering the halls and staircases late at night. Known as the Lady in White, she is believed to have been a member of the original family who once lived in the house. According to local legend, she was a young woman who fell deeply in love with a man whom her family disapproved of. Heartbroken and forbidden to marry her beloved, she is said to have taken her own life within the walls of the house. Her restless spirit is often seen gliding silently through the hotel, particularly near the grand staircase, where her tragic story is said to have reached its fateful conclusion. Guests and staff have reported numerous encounters with the Lady in White. One guest staying in a room near the staircase recounted waking up in the middle of the night to the sound of soft footsteps. When she looked out into the hallway, she saw a woman in a long white dress walking toward the staircase. Thinking it was another guest, she paid it little mind, but when she mentioned the encounter to the hotel staff the next morning, they informed her that no one fitting that description had been staying in the hotel. In addition to the Lady in White, there are reports of a second ghost, an older man, often seen sitting in the lounge area, quietly reading a book or staring out of the window. Described as wearing old-fashioned clothing, the man is thought to be the spirit of a former owner of the property. Staff and guests have seen him sitting in one of the large armchairs, only for him to vanish when approached. Some have even felt a cold breeze pass by them when entering the lounge, as though the man's presence still lingers. Another strange occurrence frequently reported at the Step House involves the feeling of being watched. Guests staying in certain rooms have mentioned feeling an unnerving presence, particularly in the middle of the night, as if someone is standing at the foot of their bed. A few guests have even claimed to hear the sound of breathing, though no one else was in the room. In one eerie account, a couple staying at the hotel woke up to find the room's curtain swaying as if moved by an invisible hand, even though the windows were closed and there was no breeze. Despite its haunted reputation, the Step House Hotel remains a popular destination for weddings, events, and those seeking a relaxing getaway. The hotel's beautiful architecture, luxurious accommodations, and stunning countryside views offer the perfect retreat, but for those who stay after dark, the lingering spirits add an element of mystery and intrigue. Whether it's the lady in white wandering the halls or the quiet man in the lounge, guests at the Step House Hotel are never truly alone. The Granville Hotel, Waterford. Located in the heart of Waterford City, the Granville Hotel is one of Ireland's most historic hotels, with a history dating back to the early 1700s. Known for its elegance and classic charm, the Granville Hotel also has a more mysterious side, as it is said to be haunted by several spirits from its long and storied past. One of the most famous ghosts associated with the Granville Hotel is believed to be the spirit of a former servant girl who tragically fell to her death in the hotel's service elevator during the 19th century. Guests and staff have reported seeing the figure of a young woman dressed in period clothing, often near the spot where the accident occurred. She is frequently described as moving quickly, almost as if she's in a hurry to complete her duties, only to vanish as suddenly as she appears. Guests staying on the upper floors of the hotel have also reported hearing strange noises late at night, including the sound of footsteps pacing the hallways and soft whispers coming from seemingly empty rooms. In one particularly chilling account, a guest staying at the Granville awoke to the feeling of someone sitting on the edge of her bed. When she opened her eyes, there was no one there, but the distinct impression of a person remained on the bedspread. The hotel's dining room is another area known for ghostly activity. Staff have reported seeing chairs moving on their own and cutlery being rearranged by an unseen force. Some visitors have even witnessed the lights flickering mysteriously, particularly during the quieter hours when the room is nearly empty. Despite its haunted reputation, the Granville Hotel continues to draw visitors from around the world who are drawn to its history and charm. For those interested in the paranormal, a stay at the Granville Hotel may come with an unexpected encounter with one of its resident spirits. The Abbeyglen Castle Hotel, Clifton, County Galway. Perched on the picturesque hills overlooking Clifton, the Abbeyglen Castle Hotel is a luxurious retreat surrounded by the stunning beauty of Connemara. The hotel, built in 1832, exudes old-world charm with its stone facade, manicured gardens, and historical ambience. However, for all its beauty, Abbeyglen Castle hides a chilling secret: its haunted past. The history of Abbeyglen Castle is filled with tales of tragedy, loss, and mystery. Over the years, the castle has been home to several families, each leaving their mark on the building. Yet, it is the spirit of a former resident, a troubled woman, who is believed to haunt the castle to this day. The ghost, often referred to as the Grey Lady, is said to be the spirit of a woman who lived at Abbeyglen Castle during the 19th century. According to local legend, the woman fell into a deep depression after her husband's untimely death and retreated to the castle, where she lived in seclusion. Overwhelmed by grief, she eventually took her own life within the castle's walls. Her tragic story has become entwined with the history of the castle, and many believe her restless spirit still lingers in the halls. Guests and staff at Abbeyglen Castle have reported numerous sightings of the Grey Lady. She is often seen walking the corridors late at night, her figure barely visible through the mist that sometimes clings to the castle grounds. Those who have encountered her describe feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness, as though the weight of her sorrow has permeated the air around her. Some guests have even reported hearing soft weeping coming from empty rooms or feeling a cold draft as they pass through certain areas of the hotel. One of the most famous ghostly encounters occurred in the 1990s when a couple staying at the hotel was awoken in the middle of the night by the sound of footsteps outside their room. Thinking it was another guest, they opened the door to find a woman in a grey gown slowly walking down the hallway. When they called out to her, she turned, and her face was pale and expressionless. The couple quickly realized that they were looking at something otherworldly, and before they could react, the woman vanished into thin air. In addition to the Grey Lady, other paranormal phenomena have been reported at Abbeyglen Castle. Guests have recounted objects moving on their own, lights flickering for no reason, and doors slamming shut with no one around. Some have experienced an unsettling feeling of being watched, particularly in the older parts of the castle where the Grey Lady is most often seen. The hotel staff have become accustomed to the ghostly occurrences, with some even embracing the castle's haunted reputation. Visitors are often regaled with tales of the Grey Lady, and paranormal enthusiasts frequently visit Aberglen in hopes of encountering her spirit. While some guests find the idea of a haunted castle thrilling, others have checked out early after experiencing an eerie encounter. Despite its haunted reputation, Aberglen Castle Hotel continues to be a popular destination for tourists seeking both luxury and adventure. The combination of the castle's beautiful setting, rich history, and ghostly tales makes it an unforgettable experience for those brave enough to stay. Whether it's the sorrowful presence of the Grey Lady or the strange phenomena that occur throughout the castle, Aberglen Castle Hotel offers more than just a place to rest. It offers a glimpse into the tragic past of one of Ireland's most haunted locations. That wraps up our journey through Ireland's most haunted hotels, where the past still lingers and spirits roam the halls. Whether it's a shadowy figure in the hallway or the sound of footsteps in the dead of night, these hotels offer more than just a place to rest your head. If you're planning a visit to Ireland, why not stay in one of these haunted locations and see if you can experience the paranormal for yourself? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more ghostly adventures. Until next time, stay curious.